It's lovely to meet both of you, and it's wonderful to be here at the Royal Hospital Chelsea to talk about remembrance, especially during the centenary of the Royal British Legion. And I just wanted to start off by hearing a little bit about both of your stories and a little bit about both of you as well.
Well, I was a Pimlico boy, and I got called up for the army. I was actually called up to Aberdeen.
Okay.
And then I was selected for commissioning, and I went to Sandhurst.
It was probably tougher then than it was when my husband did it, but I've heard a lot about Sandhurst.
It had its moments.
I'm sure.
It had its moments.
And Emily, yourself?
I'm a 10-year-old and I'm a cub, and I hopefully should soon be moving up to Scouts.
Amazing. And Colonel Bloom, I gather you were in the Scouts as well.
I was in the Scouts for many years before the war.
Yeah.
A local Scout troop associated with St Peter's Eaton Square.
I'm sure those scouting days helped you then at Sandhurst and probably your military career. Yeah.
Probably did.
Do you feel that Scouts has given you sort of skills that you've used?
I think it was quite a useful background, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Emily, do you feel the same? Do you feel it's helping you in lots of ways?
Yeah, I think it's helped me bring up my courage, my confidence, teamwork. For when we did our sports day, we did tug of war, and we all had to work together, but in the end we ended up winning. That's
what's so fantastic, isn't it, about Scouts? You get exposed to so many different things, to try new activities, to test yourself, and also as learning experience as well. It's really fantastic. So I'm so glad you're part of it. But today we're obviously talking about remembrance, and Colonel Bloom, I'd love to hear what remembrance means for you and why this time of year is so important.
I have to say I lost a few friends. One in particular I remember. He was killed a day or two before the war ended.
Oh, no.
That, I must say, affected me quite a bit. You wrote to their families to say how sorry you were to have to tell them about this.
This time of year, is it lovely for you to reflect on not only the time that you served, but also on your friends and your loved ones that you sadly lost?
Yes, very much so.
Emily, why do you feel that Remembrance and Remembrance Day is so important?
I think it's important to remember all the servicemen and women who risked or sacrificed their life so that we can live freely and happily today.
Absolutely. Thank you. And have you been learning about remembrance at school and things?
Yeah. We've been learning about who the Allies and Axis were. Yeah. We did an evacuee day where we all came to school pretending to be evacuee children.
Gosh, you've done huge in that. That's brilliant. And do you know why I wear poppies?
Yes, we wear poppies to symbolise the poppies that were grown in the fields after the war had ended, and to remember the people who lost their lives for us.
And that was 100 years ago, isn't it? Just over 100 years ago. It's extraordinary to think, but it's amazing that, you know, we've been remembering, and remembrance has been part of the fabric of society really since then. You know, it's fantastic that an idea that was initiated then is still very much relevant today. I'd love to see some of these photographs.
I mean, that was me as a soldier.
How old were you here?
About 18. That I got leave from Gibraltar. I got leave to go home and get married.
Ah,
and
okay.
That's me with my wife, who died sadly about 18 years ago.
Look, is this the role that the Scouts played during
the
the war?
Scouts, yes.
Yes, okay.
I think I know some of the roles that they may have played. Well, in that one, they seem to be helping the evacuation, and I know that they help with the harvest. And these are Scouts watching out for the fires over London.
Ah, well done. Yes.
Okay. Gosh, so many roles, isn't there, that everybody had. Is this you here?
Yeah.
Are these some of your activities that you've been doing?
Our local church, we made a big poppy display and it's gone down the tower, the clock tower. And then we also do remembrance services and parades, and we lay wreaths. And
Colonel Bloom, how do you commemorate Remembrance Day? Have you been to lots of the services before?
I have. I used to join the Italy Star Association because I became its president and I used to march a lot.
Did it feel sort of a real sort of pride and honour to be part
Oh,
of it?
very much, yes. And of course, you saw the people around you and you were able to talk to them with their different experiences.
Why is it important that young children remember as well?
I think they should remember what their parents and their grandparents did, because otherwise it's gone, it's lost.
One of the activities you've been doing is making poppies.
Yeah.
Have you ever made a poppy before?
Never.
I think Emily's going to teach us. Would that be okay to teach us?
If you pick 6 petals for your poppy.
Take one of these. Wow.
There we go.
So, Colonel Bloom, what do you think was the most important skill that you've learnt as being a scout?
Making porridge.
It's an important life skill.
Oh,
You probably ate a lot of porridge.
every morning. Stirring.
Did you do things with scouts that you perhaps wouldn't have done in school? Like going on adventures and doing some of the camps and things like that?
Yes.
And Emily, what sorts of things have you learnt in scouts that you perhaps wouldn't have done at school?
It's like we're learning, but making more fun out of it. Instead of like working with books and pencils and things, we make games and stuff that's like learning at the same time.
Is that all right?
Yeah. Perfect.
We're doing well.
Emily, yours is far more beautiful than mine.
Oh, yours are really nice as well.
Is this the first poppy you've ever made?
Ever.
Find a pride of place for that on your
I
mantelpiece.
will. I'll give it to my sons.
Coming up on Sunday is obviously Remembrance Day, and I'd love to know what your message would be this Remembrance Sunday.
So I think that it's really important that we remember these people, what they did, so that we could still be happy and, well, alive.
Absolutely.
Sadly for me, there are fewer and fewer people around now who I'm able to share memories with.
Yeah.
It's a factor when you get to 98, as I am. They've mostly gone, which is sad.
Absolutely.
But I turn out every Remembrance Day. I used to go up to Whitehall, but now I have to do a local parade with the British Legion in Staines, where I live.
Emily, I've got a very special surprise for you today. And I just wanted to say congratulations on all the hard work that you've been doing with the Scouts and for taking part in so many remembrance activities as well. You're a huge inspiration to lots of young people. And I'm very proud to award you with the Scouts Remembrance Badge.
Thank you.
So well done, you. Thank you. Just to add to your huge collection.
Thank you very much.
Not at all.